Hello, friends. This is another episode of the program Empire of Lies, in which we discuss manipulation and disinformation in the Russian media, Globalists, Tomahawks, and Nobel, how Russian television explains the new order to the world. In October, the Russian program Big Game demonstrated once again that television in Russia has long ceased to be simply a propaganda tool. It has become a platform for formulating ideological postulates presented as analysis of international events, but in reality it is an attempt to create an alternative worldview in which Russia is a rational, moral, and even peace-loving player, and the West is a hypocritical, exhausted, and internally corrupted adversary. 1. America is great, but running out of steam. The program begins with the familiar accusation: the United States is unleashing new wars. The US Senate approved an insane military budget of $925 billion, the host emphasizes, 6 times larger than Russia's. But this figure is used not to acknowledge American power, but to the opposite conclusion: the West will fail to meet its own obligations. The program cites an analytical report from Responsible Statecraft, which discusses a shortage of missile stockpiles and slow production. This is the basis for the narrative. The Pentagon is forced to choose between Ukraine, Israel, and China. The US lacks the capacity to continue the war. This phrase creates a new version of an old Soviet idea. The US is strong, but broken. It is not so much a superpower as a colossus with feet of clay, exhausted by its own obligations. I'll be sure to pass this on. Thank you. The United States and Europe are all threatening to supply new weapons systems and missiles. But it turns out, well, the devil is probably not as black as he says. At the very least, the United States itself is experiencing major problems with its own stockpiles of these missiles. Let's read this publication, Responsible Statecraft. Citing low ammunition stockpiles, the Pentagon is calling on arms suppliers to accelerate missile production, increasing the rate by 2 to 4 times, in order to prepare for a possible war with China. However, experts note that increasing missile production is labor-intensive, expensive, and logistically complex. Moreover, Washington needs to assess its current foreign commitments, primarily to Ukraine and Israel, before it completely depletes its existing stockpiles,